I used to be a negative Nancy, but now I'm a positive Pete.
What's up, everybody? It's been a long time, but we have a whole new attitude here on the Positive Pete Show, where we turn positive Pete's... That's not right. Where we turn negative Nancy's into positive Pete's. Today, we're going to talk about our old friend, anger. You see, we're taught from a very young age that anger is an undesirable and an... What? Oh yeah, unacceptable and... undesirable and unacceptable. You see, most of us are taught from a very young age that anger is an undesirable and even unacceptable emotion. We're taught that no one's going to want to play with us, no one's going to talk to us, no one's going to want to be with us if we express our anger. Guess what that does? Anyone? Anyone? You in the back of the class.
It helps you look on the bright side and forget all your troubles?
Wrong. Sorry. I apologize. That's not nice. That was too harsh. When we're taught as kids to stifle our anger, what we're actually being taught is suppression, damn it. We're actually taught to suppress and repress our emotions. But here's the thing. Do you know what suppression and repression do to us in the long run? Well, anyone? Anyone? I know. Let's ask an old friend of the show. Let's ask our dear old anti-anxiety. I think I hear her coming. Auntie? Huh. Well, that's a great point, anti-anxiety. Anti-anxiety is completely right. Suppression and repression both cause serious stress inside our bodies that we can't even feel until it's too late. Picture this. Every time you shove one of your emotions away without dealing with it, you're essentially piling up garbage in your system. And garbage only has so much room to grow until it's gotta come out. That's why you see once in a while, someone you know very well may just freak out at the smallest, tiniest, minute, asinine detail about their life. Once the garbage is full to the brim, anything can set it off. And the only way for it to go is out. At you. And me. Terrible. And then once you explode into an uncontrollable frenzy, you feel bad about it later. And then you start suppressing and repressing your emotions all over again. Rinse and repeat. But here on the Positive Pete Show, we're not going to tell you to stuff shit. Actually, anger is not our worst enemy like we're led to believe. As long as it's expressed in a healthy, constructive way that doesn't harm another living being or make them feel like crap, f*** it. Express away. Here's a few reasons why anger is actually our friend. Number 1, anger is actually a serious motivator of change. Without anger, where would we be in this world? We'd still be enslaving other races. Women would still be forced into the kitchen, popping out kid after kid after kid. We wouldn't have Bill Burr, Lewis Black, or heavy f***ing metal! And that is a world Positive Pete doesn't want to live in. Who knows? We might have even ended up in a class system where the rich hoard all the money and power and leave the rest of us to fight about stupid things like red versus blue. Can you imagine? Number 2, assertiveness. Without a healthy dose of anger, we would never be able to assert ourselves. We would just be all walking around on top of each other, full of fear, always worrying about saying the wrong thing, and never standing up for ourselves when things go wrong. What would that be like? Number 3. Anger is the best indicator of how we're feeling about a situation, what we like and don't like. It's how we're able to set our boundaries and live healthy lives for us and the ones we love. If something pisses us off, it's actually just showing us something we need to address, so we can learn more about ourselves and what we will and will not put up with from other people. I'm looking at you. Number 4, mental muscle building. Think about it like this. If you never go to the gym or work out, you're never going to get any stronger. You're not going to be able to lift shit, and you might even feel like shit most of the time. It's the same principle with anger. If you keep shoving it away or pushing it down, the garbage is going to keep piling up, and you're going to keep going through that cycle of avoiding and spiraling. The more you start to recognize your triggers, the stronger you're going to get at building that mental muscle of recognizing a constructive, healthy way to deal with it. These are just a few examples of how anger is not such a negative thing. There's plenty more examples, but I also want to iterate, I am not saying anger is great all the time. You don't always want to be walking around angry, acting like a to everybody. Trust me, from personal experience, it is no fun. The goal here is to accept that there are going to be times when you're angry and to love yourself enough to grow from it. This is not a short process. Trust me. It could take years. It could take the rest of your life. But the whole point is we want to get better a little step at a time. The point is not to rid ourselves of it forever, because again, it has plenty of uses in our lives, as long as we keep it under control. We should use it as a tool to strengthen our creativity, our communication, and what else starts with C? Cooperation! So that story that you've been told since you were a kid, that anger is your enemy, crumple that up and throw it in the trash. You don't need it anymore. Let's get better together. You and me. Positive Pete's. Forever. Now remember to like, subscribe, and share to this channel, or I will murder you. No, not murder. No. I will... You're dead to me. No! I'll see you next time on the show where we take negative Nancies and turn them into positive Pete's.
I used to be a negative Nancy, but now I'm a positive Pete.